Oh, it was here, like.
They're right under us.
That's Fethiye, a coastal town in Turkey, from where I'm joining a boat of the sperm whales research expedition. The next day I've arrived to the port with all of the team. And the first thing is of course to pack all of our supplies and stuff and make some Turkish tea. The most important piece of equipment for this research is hydrophone or underwater microphone. It's 200 meters long and guys attaching chain to it so it could sink a bit deeper.
Microphone itself inside this yellow tube.
Yeah, yes. The whole thing is a microphone.
Wow.
All of this stuff here is to record acoustics. We also had to run it from separate battery to avoid visual and audio noises, which comes from the boat electric circuit. After a few checks and preparations, we're ready to go. Now it's a perfect time to make all of the tests and start acoustic training for the crew.
We had 5 steps here.
It's a small island and we'll stay here overnight, and tomorrow in the morning we will go further and we'll start proper journey. Quite beautiful place. You can also see in the background cricket noise. It's nice to be in the nature. Morning. Hey, good morning. So it's 4 a.m. We just woke up. I was sleeping right here under the stars. Expedition should start.
Although it's still very dark, as soon as there's deep enough we can launch a hydrophone and start monitoring the area. And that's our road, or transects, which we need to follow. Every expedition have to follow exactly the same transects to get precise data and then to compare and analyze changes in environment. Getting up early have its own advantages, like this amazing sunrise.
It's 5 a.m. and the guys already on the post, and we just heard some clicks of the dolphins. So we're on the lookout for them.
In front of the boat, from sunrise till sunset, we always have at least 4 persons monitoring the area. There is a starboard observer, port observer, tracker and data logger. Main goal is to scan the whole area constantly.
So what's our job?
We are basically monitoring the animals right now. We are using binos and the data logger over there. Actually,
And I would say it's quite comfortable. It's like really bar chair. So how do you?
that's so comfortable actually. I like it. We are looking for the cetaceans like whales or dolphins. Scanning the area in front of us. If we saw it, the tracker was giving the data and the data logger was filling in immediately.
Where are the whales?
We don't know.
That's acoustician, who listens to the hydrophone constantly. Sometimes we monitor sound 24 hours straight. Of course, everyone have their own shift, and crew change them every hour. There is a strict rota. The boat have a captain, and the last shift is to stay close to the captain and assist him when needed. So, at least 7 persons are always occupied on the boat. The rest can relax a bit, until someone says,
I think we saw some dolphins. Yakın mı? We call this project Giant Gardens of Deep Seas. This is a project covering the entire Eastern Mediterranean Sea of Turkey. So this region is not really studied. It's all big question marks everywhere. We don't know which kind of species are here. We don't know their population status. We don't know why they are here. We don't know if they're happy to be here as well. The sperm whales are endangered throughout the Mediterranean Sea, and they have the common problem of underwater noise because they cannot keep the connection between each other. So the shipping is a big problem for them because they can have collisions. What we are trying to do is we are trying to understand what they are doing in Turkey. There's animals in here.
Arkadaşlar 45-90'a doğru iskele tarafa bakın. İskele.
It's dolphins probably over there.
Why they're so scared?
I don't know. Normally they have to come to the boat and make bow riding, you know? But I don't know.
That's where we see them all the time in summer. Now we are in the top season for them, so it's their time to shine. But the problem is before there was less threat in the area as well. You know, there wasn't that much noise under. Same with the dolphins we seen today. You know, it was like phew, really quickly went away. Because they are so distracted, they don't have time to approach to us. They just want to do their own business. That's why studies like this are important.
We're going to Marina in City Cache right now to stay for a night. Today, unfortunately, we haven't seen any whales. We just heard several times sperm whales. They were somewhere around, but we didn't manage to find them. And we've seen some dolphins, but they also escaped quite fast.
In 2015 we had common dolphins everywhere, striped dolphins, bottlenose dolphin, cure big whales. You know, I was like, oh my god, this is a paradise. But then they started doing oil and gas. They started doing the Navy exercises. Everyone is thinking what is the best and economical benefit for them, but not really thinking what is the most sustainable way of doing this that won't harm the wildlife that we have. And at the moment, unfortunately, nothing is responsible.
This is the main room where we usually sit during the sailing. Here we got cable. No one can stand on it. It's 8 beds for 8 people, but we are 11. So we have to sleep in shifts. Yeah, that's the room I'm staying. It's a double bed, but actually it's supposed to sleep 3 person here. So one of us usually go to sleep outside. And as on every yacht, we have to be barefoot, which is nice. In this like hot weather, it's very comfortable, I would say. The cool thing that most of the marinas in Turkey, like this one, supports our research and let us stay for free, which is huge help because costs quite high. It's like 150-200 euros per night. At the same time, we can stock up on supplies, get fresh water, and also do some maintenance and checks.
8 hours max, but we will find the guys today.
Look, here is the mainland Turkey, and here is the Greek island, and that's make a problem because here's the only passage we can go through because Greece is in the European Union and Turkey is not, and they say they need visa just to go basically a few meters here. Yeah, so hopefully there will be no whales in the Greek waters. It's like animal, but it's not really moving. You see?
We don't know. Maybe it makes sense to send you a drone.
Okay, I will try.
See crocodile.
We should take it out now.
Yeah, it looks so real.
Yeah.
Cooking on a boat is a challenge, because everything moves, slides and falls down. But somehow it worked out just great. Girls even made a cake one day.
They were here for a while, so I could actually hear them, but they didn't come on the spectrum. They were really vague. So it means that they were far away, but we have 25% chance, yeah? Do you see these lines?
Yeah.
Yes, they are sperm whales. They are not that frequent for us to chase them.
How far they could be?
20 kilometers.
20 kilometers.
Yes!
And you know for sure it's
It's
sperm whale bite.
100%. But we have 4 possible directions to take.
We also have an extra device, which called directional hydrophone. With its help, we can easily determine exact location of cetaceans. So the large hydrophone gives us approximate position, and this guy can easily tell if they're on the right or left side of the boat.
Broken wire. We have a broken wire again.
And unfortunately, we weren't able to fix it. Good job, you're really dedicated.
Yes,
I'm dedicated. I sacrifice my skin to dolphins and the whales.
If you don't want to be red as FA, you have to use a sunscreen. It's the middle of the summer and it's super hot in Turkey. To cool down once a day, we went for a swim.
The guy just noticed an animal somewhere far away, but we cannot find it again, and there's no sound as well. So we're looking around and trying to locate it.
We don't have any whales or dolphins, nothing. No sound at all. This is the time, so we should have them. But we don't. Where are those whales, yeah?
And that's in most popular area for them, in the high season. So maybe something happened with the hydrophone. We decided to take a look.
Dur şimdi tekrar deniyorum.
Can you hear that?
Net yani müziği şu an kulağımda çalıyorsunuz bilmiyorum.
We added more oil into it. That's needed to make sure that the sounds reflects faster and longer. So it turned out that hydrophone was working perfectly fine all of this time.
So far I haven't seen anything. To me this sea looks like completely deserted. It's like a dead sea. You don't see any fish, not even birds. So rarely you can see some passing birds.
This is the top season. It's the season where we see the most of everything. When we go and talk with the fishers, they also tell the same thing. You know, there's no fish left. Yeah. I can't compare with last season. The changes is so clear that you see it in 1 year. There's so many things. There's shipping, there's fishing, there's plastic debris, you know, floating everywhere. There's noise. Every animal we see was not more than 2 seconds.
So the plan is whenever we see sperm whale, we'll try to track it and follow it together with the hydrophone, and then my job is to launch the drone and get some footage to analyze their behavior. And so far I've been out of job really.
Days goes and nothing happens. Reading a book seems like a good idea. Here I am reading about oceans in decline and see it with my own eyes. Empty sea.
Baktım mı? Bütün gün bak. Uzakta kalmış. Evet, çok kıyı değil ama. Tamam. Uyandın mı paşa?
There's a fish farm right behind me, and sometimes it's possible to spot dolphins right here. It's very close to the port, but no luck today. It's really with nature you never know.
There is lots of strandings of queer big whales on Cyprus, and then when the stranding team look at the carcasses, they actually find out that the reason for this death is the loud and impulsive noise that could come from sonar, from seismic, all the human pressure that could be possible in the area. And big whales are really important species. They are one of the deepest diving marine mammals. They can go all the way to 3,000 meter depth, and they are key species because what they eat from 3,000 meter, they come up to the surface to poop it out. So they basically make the nutrient cycle better for the environment. It's quite sad that there is a chance that we can lose them without we actually start knowing them.
My position on the ship is a drone operator, and I feel so useless right now because I've been traveling for many days and I haven't even had a chance to launch my drone. I feel quite bad because other guys, they work so hard under the direct sun. It's super hot here, like 30 plus every day. It's very important to have drone footage because it shows whales' behavior from completely different perspective, and then it's possible to analyze it, and it's very crucial data for this expedition. But there's no whales. And I'm like, do nothing here.
Since shifts are very long and it's so hot. Also, there is not enough proper beds. Everyone takes a nap whenever possible.
At this moment we are so desperate that we have to use magic to attract whales.
We are hopeless. We are so hopeless.
Yes. Atakan heard something?
I know, we had this false alarm many times, but something inside me tells it's gonna be different.
I guess, I don't know.
Tell me it's a sperm whale.
Magic worked.
Yes.
Good. This is success.
Finally we get at least something. Everyone was so surprised because it's completely desert, blue desert all around, and then out of nowhere a lot of dolphins comes up.
The majority of them are cubs. They are like sub-adult or adult.
It's so cool to look at the footage with marine biologists. They could see and tell you so much. That's the slow-mo footage. And like this is look in real. Okay, let's get back to slow-mo. Huge part of the research is photo ID. You take a picture and inspect dorsal fin. It's unique for every dolphin, like our fingerprints. That's how you see dolphins from the boat. You count how many of them you see at the same time and give your best estimate. But with a drone, you can see the real number. Also, from the air, you can spot other things, like this dolphin here. He have a parasite remora attached to him, which is usually a sign of weakness for the dolphin. And this poor guy here have remora on his forehead. Possibly the way he jumps and moves, he's trying to get rid of it. Then you can also see how they poop. I don't know, but I guess it's important for the science. And the most fascinating is their behavior. Here are two mothers with two calves. And it's so cool to see how calves follow their mothers, how they interact with each other, and what strong bonds they have.
It's like a kindergarten.
Yes, shepherds, go kids!
This one,
Okay, let's find more! Since 2017-2018, there's a decline, not for only sperm whales, for the dolphins as well. We didn't see any common dolphins since 2018 in the entire eastern Mediterranean Sea of Turkey. And this is common dolphin, yeah, so it's supposed to be common in the area. With bottlenose dolphin, they are really chubby, and they're supposed to be, but now they are really skinny. You can see their ribs, you can see the blowhole going down, you know. So these are signs of starvation because there's so many human pressure in the area. We should see them in groups of 10s, but right now we see them groups of 2, which is really bad because why there's this split? What is happening with the group sizes getting lower and lower?
And then the next day I had this strange feeling again.
saw something, fish or dolphin.
Dima, we
Yeah.
had something on the hydrophone and we saw some splashes.
Wow, it was here, like
Right under us.
finally we spotted a large pod of the striped dolphins, and they were very close to the boat, like right in front of the bow and playful, the way the dolphins should be. It's hard to find them, but when you do, it's really joy just to watch them and observe. And that's their normal behavior, that's what they normally do. But somehow that's the first encounter like this. Yeah, that gives a little bit positive vibe to all of the team, and yeah, we've got really good data. everyone happy now, at least for now. But still no whales, and it's like my last chance to spot one. Today is the last day I'm here, so maybe.
But I was too optimistic.
The guys dropped me in Antalya and they went further south to continue a survey. Of course, there were some beautiful moments with dolphins, but generally the seas and oceans are in decline. It was like a blue desert, and we need to do more to protect them and restore them. Thank you for paying your attention, and be brave to act.
It's not like why do I care, because I think anyone should care. The question is why they don't care. Like, because the normal humanity is you care about other livings, you know, doesn't matter if it's a flower, if it's a tree, if it's a fish, or if it's a dolphin. You go and talk with a kid, and if the kid doesn't have this traumatic background, then generally they love looking at little ants, following the bees, because we come from that nature, we are part of it, and the kids still have that curiosity inside, and they don't really harm the animal. I have a kid, and I could still see him, you know, playing with caterpillars, looking for butterflies, and the least thing he wanna do is actually to smack them and kill them. So we have that nature of caring and loving. Everyone loves to be loved. This is not just for human, this is for every living being on our surroundings. So why do I care is normal. Why they don't care is the question, and I don't know.
That was a group of mixed sperm whales, adults, newborns and old ones, which also came close to the boat. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Guys were looking up for them for 8 hours since they first heard them in the morning. It was very emotional for everyone, and everyone on board deserved such ending of the expedition. It also shows how important are such researches, and there is still hope for these endangered animals.
Geliyor Ceyda, vallahi geliyor. Geliyor. Çek.